Hey folks, been a while since I've put up a video. Been a while since I've been online actually. A little over a month. Just rewiring the house for phone and whatnot, and everything. And thought I'd come back with just a straight talk. Um, we're going to call this one How Obamacare Affects My Family. Now, before Obamacare became law, uh, we had complete coverage. It was $80 a pay period. We had a zero deductible, the whole 9 yards. As soon as it was signed into law, we lost that. And the very next year, it became $120 per pay period with a $250 per person deductible. Not too bad, not great, not happy about it, but okay. This year, our medical went up to $147 per pay period with a $500 per person per deductible and then a 10% copay on everything. Next year, it's supposed to be $151 per pay period with a $750 deductible and again a 10% copay beyond that. 2015, they're not sure how much it's going to be per pay period, but it's going to be a $1,400 deductible per person and then a 10% copay. The house staff where my wife works, I get my insurance through my wife. The company I work for, the insurance, well, we won't even talk about. But the house staff at the institute where my wife works has a zero deductible and no copay, and a family plan is going to be $73. Something's not right here. If you use tobacco, if you're the employee, it's going to be $15 per pay period extra. If your spouse uses tobacco, an additional $15 per pay period. That's just for next year. They're not even talking about that the year after. The establishment that my wife works at has also dropped any, how do we call it, co-inhabitants. If you're not a direct dependent, married, whatnot, you won't be covered. Prescriptions starting next year. 30-day prescription is going to cost you $5 for generic, $25 for brand name, and $50 for non-preferred. And they have a listing of those non-preferred items, of which my wife has to take a couple of those because of her medical conditions. 90-day, you will no longer be able to get through the pharmacy. You have to go through mail order. Well, you can get it through the pharmacy, but it's mail order. And that's anything other than like antibiotics, things that you would take short term. The 90-day prescriptions are going to cost $10 for generic, $15 for brand name, and $100 for all non-preferred. Also, for out-of-network care, which means out of care outside of the institution that my wife works for, after the deductible, it's a 50% copay. My wife has a heart condition. She had a doctor at her institution that prescribed a medicine that worked. That physician left that institute and took up residency in another institute. He was going to be head of the cardiovascular department. After her new doctors reviewed her, they decided that she didn't need the medicine that the doctor had prescribed to her and put her on other stuff. And that's when we started having problems. I would have to say in the 5 years that 4 years between when he left and they put her on this other medicine, her condition grew progressively worse. And we actually had to have an ambulance come out one time because she didn't think I could get her to the hospital in time. She decided finally to go for a second opinion at another medical center. And they put her back on the medications that the original doctor did. And it's been over 2 years now. We've had no problem. But in order for her to get that medicine and get that same treatment, it's going to cost us more because we're going to have to pay 50%. I'm looking at that $1,400 copay. I know that's one trip to the hospital, but I can't afford that. Preventative medicine is, forget it. It ain't gonna happen. I can't afford that $1,400. And they call this affordable health care. It has done nothing to rein in the insurance companies. Nothing. We have substandard policies because Well, there's no way my wife can get pregnant, but she's not paying for uh, doctor visits, for prenatal visits, and pediatric visits, this, and this. It makes no sense to me. None whatsoever. Affordable. And whatever happened to free market, in my honest opinion, you want to lower insurance costs, let people shop over the border. In other words, let Maine people be able to buy insurance policies from, say, Minnesota or Texas or, you know, vice versa or whatnot. Let people be able to buy their insurance policies from where they feel the best deal is. Let them shop around. The ObamaCare website is a shambles. There's only one insurer on our state healthcare site. What the hell? Reading more and more into holistic health and healthcare. I suffer from high blood pressure, but I don't take the medicine. The side effects, it's not worth it. It causes more damage. Medicine nowadays does not cure, it just masks the problem. I would rather try to cure the condition, which I have. I'm not eating the greasy foods. I'm eating healthier. I've I've cut out salt. I very, very seldom use salt. I don't do the energy drinks. I limit myself on coffee or caffeine. Still smoke. Ooh. Wife's place of employment finds out, that's going to cost her another $15 a pay period. But I guess what they don't know won't hurt them. I'm hoping to come back in a little while with how a small business employer is going to deal with this mandate. He has over 50 employees, but he's not been able to afford to carry insurance for his employees. It's gone right through the roof. It's definitely not free market anymore, folks. In the meantime, I'm restricted to this camera for now. So we'll try to get a few more videos up. But I'd really like your comments down below. And if you feel like making a video response, please leave me the quote-unquote partial web or page number so that I can find it and make reference to it. But how is Obamacare affecting you? I'd really love to hear. For us, it's a big load of shit. Peace out.